What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Streams of Grace. This week, looking forward to digging in Revelation chapter 5. Revelation chapter 5 is awesome because it relates to the worthiness of Jesus. Jesus is worthy for all of our adoration. Jesus is worthy for all of our worship. Jesus is worthy for us to give our lives to. And this is so awesome. In these times, this gives a clear picture of who we follow. If you have committed your lives, repented of your sin, repented, and followed Jesus and given him your heart, then this is your captain. This is the one who is leading the ship. And man, is it an awesome picture. So, in Revelation chapter 5, John, which wrote the book of Revelation, he was exiled onto the island of Patmos, and he was an old man, and during this time he had gotten in a vision been able to go to heaven, basically. And in this particular part, he's in the throne room of heaven. There's lots going on in the throne room of heaven. We're not going to get into all that, but the big thing going on in chapter 5 is the fact that God the Father is seated on the throne, and in his right hand he has a scroll with 7 seals in it. And there's an angel that loudly proclaims in a very loud voice, who is worthy to take the seal? To take the scroll and open the scroll. Well, if there was ever crickets in heaven, you would have sure heard them at this time, because no one in heaven, no one under heaven, no one on earth, nowhere in creation did anyone step up to say, I'm that guy. But so John was feeling pretty hopeless during this time. John was pretty lost, so to speak. Just really lost for hope, because it seemed that there was nobody to be able to accomplish the task ahead. And all of a sudden, one of the elders, I can see it, just kind of elbows him. Hey, pep up, buddy. Somebody's coming that is worthy. And if heaven could cue the greatest entrance music that ever played in eternity, this would be the time to play it. So cue the most awesome entrance music that you could imagine, and then through the door comes someone who has the appearance of a slain lamb. Body beaten, battered, torn, pierced side, pierced hands, pierced feet, walking through the smoke that fills the throne room. Footsteps heavy. Not only does he have the appearance of a slain lamb, but he also has the appearance of a fearless lion. He has feet that are like bronze to signify his strength in conquering over his enemy. He has a sword coming out of his mouth to signify that he is the truth. He is the word of truth, the word of life. He has eyes that are burning like fire to show that he is omniscient and that he sees everything. So not only does Jesus approach the throne as a slain lamb, he approaches as a fearless lion. And as he approaches the throne, he takes the scroll. And when he does, the greatest party that's ever been thrown erupts. It starts there in the throne room, and then it spreads. Much like, I kind of figured like a wave at a ball game or something. You know, it starts in one section, then it just continually goes around till the entire stadium. We'll picture that wave starting in a small spot, and then it going around the stadium, and then it going out into the world, and all of the entire earth, every creation, everything on earth getting into it. This is what happens. Because the I am, the great physician, the great counselor, the Almighty, the everything, was the worthy one, the only worthy one. And all of heaven was having, and earth and all creation was throwing the biggest party that was ever thrown. Not because of the scroll and because the coming judgments to be read, but because of the worthiness of Jesus Christ that stood there before them. Worthiness is a slain lamb. The hopeless situation all of a sudden had hope because Jesus showed up. Friend, we can take great confidence in that. Our lives may seem hopeless. Our circumstances may seem hopeless. Everything around us may seem hopeless. But let me tell you, Jesus is the hope. Jesus is the one that deserves all of our adoration, deserves all of our life, because he is only one worthy. Those circumstances that just seem like they're not ever going to end, let Jesus step in. The cool thing is, in verse 5, it says, when the elder elbowed John, I'm going to read this. Then one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. Look, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of Jesse, has conquered, so that he is able to open the scroll and its seals." I love that word "conquered" has been sticking out to me so much. You know, a couple weeks ago we talked about the word "conquers" that was at the end of all 7 churches. And the one who conquers, I will do this. Well, now we get the past tense version of that. Don't worry, buddy. The one who conquered, the one who has already done everything that needs to be done, is approaching. We're not worthy. We're not worthy to be God of our own life. We're not worthy to appease God the Father through our good works. We're not worthy to appease God through our church attendance. We're not worthy to appease God even through time in prayer. We're not worthy to appease God's wrath by reading the Word of God. We're not worthy by being a good person to appease God. We're not worthy of any of that thing. We're not worthy to approach God. A hopeless, seemingly hopeless situation, it's worth weeping over. Nobody can approach God the Father but one. And here's the beautiful thing. Jesus conquered. So now, because of Jesus, if you belong to him, if you've repented, and if you follow him, and you belong to him, you're a follower of Jesus Christ, now you belong to the one who conquered, the only one that was worthy. In every situation, he provides hope to the hopeless, joy to the joyless, life to the lifeless. Jesus is worthy of your life. Jesus is the only bridge between us and God the Father. Jesus is the only bridge between us and purpose. Jesus is the only bridge between us and hope. Jesus is the only bridge between us and joy. It's Jesus. So to the one who conquered, he gets in there and that awesome party erupts. Everything in heaven, on earth, under earth. Everything. Guys, Jesus is worthy. Jesus is worthy of your life. Jesus is the only one that can bridge the gap for everything. So listen, if you belong to Jesus, do not be alarmed by the craziness of the world. I know that's hard to do. Sometimes I get a little worked up about it. Because you belong to Jesus, the one who conquered, past tense. He's already done away with it. None of this is no surprise to Jesus. Jesus is the life, the way, and the truth. There's no way to the Father except through the Son. Jesus is the Son. Jesus is the way. And Jesus is worthy. Hey, check y'all next week. See you. Bye.